Yeah. I mean, the big thing is you want to, it's a process that we run in the system just to close that period and, do the things we talked about. And so you want to run it when you've closed the books for the year, right? So you want to make sure you've processed all the transactions you're going to process for December 2024 or 2023, I'm sorry, before we run the year-end process for 2023. So you want to make sure that the books are closed, all the transactions for the period have been processed in the system, and you've run all the reports, right? So this is really just kind of a system function that happens after you do your year-end book close process, whatever that is, and you've published the financial statement and printed all the reports that you're gonna print. The other thing about it is you want to run the process off hours. You can't run it while users are in transacting in the system, obviously, because of what the system is doing, especially with the data cleanup. So you want to schedule to run it off hours. The other thing about it is you want to do it when all your batches have been updated. So, like an invoice, sales invoice batch or an AP invoice batch, those open transaction batches should be updated. If you attempt to run a period end, year end process in a module and you have an open transaction batch, in most cases, it'll warn you that you've got an open transaction batch, but it will allow you to run the period end, year end. So, and the reason you want to post those is because, if you have an open invoice batch that has invoices from December of 2023 in it, and you run the year end for 2023, and then you try to post that batch, it's not going to let you. It's not going to let you post transactions to a closed period. And so then you have to go back in and reopen the period for the module. So best practice is, update all the open transaction batches. If you get a warning message that you've got an open batch, just make sure that gets posted, and then schedule to run the process off hours. And typically what you're going to find is, the process itself, the computer time it takes to run the process is literally minutes. I mean, if you have a kind of a normal set of modules, maybe you're closing 6 modules for one period, you probably can get through that in 15 or 20 minutes. It doesn't take a lot of computer time. Obviously, if you have a larger database or you have a number of our customers have multiple entities, multiple companies in their Sage system, that can take more time. And because you're doing it off hours, it's not ideal, but it really does not take that much time to sit down and just run through the process once you get all the users out of the system.
Yeah, and I assume if you're closing up from 2017 coming up to 2023, you might take some time.
Yeah, there's some tricks around that. I mean, what we had them do is we had them, rather than close each individual month, we had them just jump to period 12 for each previous fiscal year and just run it one time. Because there's really no, in the old versions, if you've been on Sage for a long time, there were some roll forward things that happened that you really couldn't do that. But now in the newer versions, and when I say newer, I mean anything back, to 2015, I think, when they moved everything to the new 4X framework. It's not as critical for those roll forwards. And so you can kind of, if you get way behind in your year ends, we can catch you up quickly just by going to the last period of the fiscal year.